Ed Sheeran would never sing in the key that brings your voice alive. I'm dancing in the dark. Hey, if you're a singer, I bet you never knew this about how to sing Ed Sheeran's song Perfect. I'm Angie, and I'm going to run you through what most singers get wrong when they're going for the high notes on the high A for you guys. And for girls, in the Ed Sheeran song Perfect. It's a game changer when you realise this one little key. Don't forget to subscribe, click on your notifications so you get a notification every time I've got a new video, and put comments in. I love answering your questions. Lots of our videos are from viewers asking us questions, so I'd love that. Or you can jump in and book me one-on-one if you need to. So the game changer with songs like Ed Sheeran and the high notes is that most people practice the chorus, the jump to the high notes, but actually everything is set in the verse. If you haven't set yourself in the lower notes in the verse into the right mix, you'll never access the high notes. So with Perfect, it jumps that octave from I'm dancing in the dark. That's that octave that freaks most people out because it's going from almost chest right into head. So if we are just going, I'm dancing in the dark, and remember we use our slide for that, so we might go, I'm dancing in the dark to get that note, or we can use our uglies. I'm dancing in the dark. Now I am doing it in a male key today because that was asked, so that's why it's a little bit lower. So for you boys, you might try that. And for girls, to get that octave there, you might use your uglies, your tongue out. I'm dancing in the dark to hit that high note, or you scream down. I'm dancing in the dark. To reset it, you can use some of those tools. But the key I find for a lot of people, once they're starting to get that, is that they're actually anchoring in their chest in the verse. So the verse starts quite low. I've got it here. So it starts on a E for you guys. I found a love for me. Right, so you're starting down, which is full chest. There's very little mix happening there. So if you anchor in your chest for the verse and don't set up for the jump in the chorus, there's no way you're going to make it. So you can kind of adjust. So what I suggest is if we do that, we set from the high note. I'm dancing in the dark. So even with that lower one, we want to keep our mix where the high note hits. So in a song, if you've got a high note, we want to set it from there. So we want to go, I'm dancing in the dark. I found a love for me. So we want to actually have the high notes setting our muscle air balance for everything else. And then we put it in that kind of soft palette, and we're in that one voice or mix where it's all set from there instead of set from I found a love for me. Much harder because we're setting in chest for that whole verse. How amazing is that? So let's try that. Now, the other thing I want to say with that, I'm obviously doing it down in the male key, which is hitting that high A for you guys. So that note is jumping right up from the face mask placement to the head placement because you're onto your second bridge by that note, right? So those slides are going to help you get that. The same with you women. We generally sing that just a little bit higher right between our first and second bridge, which will be like your C, D, or E. But I think the big thing before you even start to look at this is, are you doing it in the key that brings your voice alive? So many people get this wrong, right? So we're trying to do it in Ed Sheeran's key, but actually we might have a slightly different range. So what you want to do is get the Chrome extension, maybe on YouTube, there's a fantastic one called Transpose, and start to sing the song 2 or 3 steps down, 2 or 3 steps up, right through until you work out exactly where most of the song is in your best tone. No professional singer would never sing in the key that brings your voice alive. Why would you do it in his? So many of us do that now because maybe we can't find the right key for us. Sometimes you might need to do it so that you can hit the high note if you're wanting to perform it, or do it at karaoke. We always want to be able to hit those wow notes, you know, at karaoke. Are you enjoying our tips so far Did you know you can book us one-on-one, me or one of my team, to really fast track your progress? So many people are using tips and kind of guessing, but really with the guidance of a coach, just like going to the gym, you'll fast track your progress and really unlock things with clarity and guidance. We'd so love to help you. Why don't you DM us or send us a message and let's get you started. So you might need to take it down just more so when you're performing it, it's working, but we want to start edging it up as that top bit unlocks. So for you girls, we might do it more, I'm dancing. Still too low, isn't it? I'm dancing in, that might be more it is. I'm dancing in the dark. So we're going to be a little bit higher, so it's going to hit a different bridge for us, but it's so important we're setting it. I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms. I found a love for me. So we're placing it from the high note so that then the mix is set right. Game changer. So play with your keys on that. That is going to be a key to get the key that brings your voice to light. And it might be different for different songs. Like you might find A flat's fantastic for this song, but another song, you've got more of your best tone in a different area. But remember, you want to find the key that brings your voice alive now as your voice is unlocking. And the other key I'd probably say for that one, when we're hitting that high note, is remember if it's a little bit shaky, big breath, let all that air out. I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms. Now remember the key for us, so that you're not getting that air pressure while you're learning it, you might need to do it with the tongue out. I'm dancing in the dark. And thinking backwards and down, right? Backwards and down. Now, some of you might have learnt forward, but the actual full information is it goes back and down. The tongue has to go down at the back and it's forward. So a lot of us are pushing forward and we're actually missing what's got to happen, the dynamic at the back of our throat in going down. So it is both. And the uglies can help. I'm dancing in the dark. Now remember, that's to show us how it should feel when it's in mix. So then I can go, I'm dancing in the dark. I'm dancing in the dark. So I can use that to place it. Now you might know sometimes my voice gets a little bit wobbly sometimes when I'm trying those little things. That's fine, because the goal isn't about the wobbliness. We're just trying to get that muscle combination right so we can learn to use it on our favourite songs without that squeeze. We want to dislodge that squeeze. That's why the tongue out really helps. And as I've said in other videos, sometimes the straw phonation or the cup isn't quite right because we're squeezing from here. So our first step is going to be tongue out or softer to stop the squeezing here, because sometimes even on the cup and the straw, we're squeezing. If you don't know much about the cup and the straw, jump over to my other video where I go through that. Amazing tools and the uglies. I actually do find for 90% of people that have got the pressure, the uglies are the fastest breakthrough to application of song, to the song being free. So anyway, that's the perfect one where we're jumping that whole octave to set it up for the verse then, so that we've got that muscle air balance right. And most singers, I train so many singers, professional singers, beginners, most of them don't get it's about the setup in the verse. And the last little mind-blowing tip I'm going to give you for free, which most people never get and most singers don't understand this, it's actually the way you're talking all day before you go to sing actually anchors you in the chest. That's your setup for whether at night you've got to practice all this amount of time because you've been talking in your throat all day. Game changer, I just have to say. But if you start to find that kind of resonance, the ugly resonance, doesn't have to feel fake, but as long as it's not getting stuck down in your throat and getting anchored there all day. That's what most people, when they go to sing, they're just trying to unlock what's been going during the day. But if you can learn to speak right during the day, everything pops open 20 times faster at night. So game changer, last one I'm going to tell you, because this one's even crazier, is that a lot of people do too many exercises before they go to sing that actually makes them more tired. So make sure you're thinking about, am I doing these exercises and then more tired when I sing? Because they might be the wrong exercises before you go to sing. You might need different ones. Gentle bubbles. on the song to just get things in the right place, because you might still be squeezing in the scales and causing pressure. So you don't want to do that before you sing, because you're learning those in another way. So you want to learn your key to unlock before you sing, but think about your speaking as well. So I hope that's going to unlock perfect for you. Feel free to sing it on YouTube and link it to us and get me to, I'm happy to give you feedback. In the comments, ask us questions. Let me know how it went. That's just one tool. There are other ones, but I find that's a big one when I'm working with singers. Hopefully you've loved this content, and we have so much more because we want to help you unlock your singing voice. So feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and we've got lots of content. There's a course you can jump into that we've made really affordable, so you can learn the steps to unlock your singing and your voice, or you can book me one-on-one if you need that clarity and that direction to unlock faster. Either way, can't wait to see you in the next video.